Good evening, all. So, John, Learn, Play, and Express, and in this lesson, I would be talking about the bass clef and the bass notes. So, I will give you an introduction to the bass notes and the bass clef. Like in the previous lesson, I've given you an introduction of the treble notes and the treble clef. So, in part one, I've discussed that in pianoforte music there are basically two types of clefs. One is the treble clef and the bass clef. So, bass clef, it looks like this. So if I draw a stave, okay, so this is the stave, as you can see, and the bass clef is just placed upon the fourth line. So on the fourth line, if we count from downwards, 1 2 3 4, okay, so 4. Just a thing which I want to remind you, in stave we all know that we count from here, okay, from the line which is at the lowest line, okay, so it's 1 2 3 4 5. So that's why I'm telling the bass clef is placed upon the fourth line. Okay, so this is the bass clef, its representation. So now bass clef is few of the information regarding this. So the bass clef here, this is played with the left hand, okay, left hand, and played with the left hand. It is also called the F clef. Okay, so now let me draw the notes. So this is a stave, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, so so I draw a line here. These are the notes. Notes on the lines, and these are the notes in the spaces. Okay, so let me draw the crotchets. Okay, so before that I have to draw the symbol of the bass clef. So placed upon the fourth line, this is it. Now the notes on the spaces. Similarly, I will give you a complete clear representation of the same. The things which I am writing here, they are getting quite dirty because I am holding the camera with the other hand. So I will give you a complete clean representation of the same at the end of the lesson. You will get it, and I will also be providing the PDFs for the same. So no need to worry about regarding this. Just understand the whole thing here. So we have all the notes. Okay, so now for bass clef, likewise in treble clef, I told you it was every good boy dress first, E G B D F. Okay, so now for bass clef it would be G B D F and A. Okay, so how do you remember this? Good boys dress fast always. Okay, so good boys dress fast always. And this one is A, C, E and G. So all cows eat grass. Okay, so the notes on the lines are G, B, D, F and A. So good boys dress fast always. So G, B, D, F, A. And the notes in the spaces are A, C, E, G. That means all cows eat grass. Okay, so these are the two sentences by which you can remember. Okay, so this is pretty much the bass notes. Okay, now likewise in treble clef I discussed about the concept of the leisure line. So in bass clef also there are notes which are higher and as well as lower than these notes, these set of notes. So in order to and we are represented these notes which are higher and lower than these set of notes. We use leisure lines. So you can see I've drawn the stave. So here I'll be showing you the bass notes in the order of the complete thing which we play normally in keyboards, all the bass notes in the successive order. Okay, so let me draw that for you. Okay, so first thing which is to be done is we have to symbolize this as the bass clef. So I'm just drawing the symbol. So this is the bass clef, you can see. Okay, so now let me start drawing. One cue I would be providing to you is that you can see the stems go downwards from the third line. So anyone might be asking, how do you remember these stems? So the actual catch of this is that from the third line I mean 1, 2, 3, counted from downwards. Okay, third line, from the third line the stems goes downward. Okay, so hope that it helps you. Now these are the leisure lines. Okay, so this part is done. Now here comes the leisure lines. Okay, so that does it, the complete thing. So now we can name the notes. Okay, so if we start from here, like this part I have shown you, I've shown you this part. So this part is actually in the middle. Okay, so let me draw that first. Okay, so G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Okay, so up till A. Now from A there will be B, C, D, E, F and G, and on this side it would be F, E, D, C and B. So you get the complete thing. Okay, the bass notes in the successive order. You can see this. So there is no you might be asking, how did I draw the whole thing? So there's no rocket science to it. As I've already said in the previous lesson, that it is just one note on the line and another note in the space, one note on the line, another note in the space. All you have to do is you have to remember this thing, which is very essential in bass notes and the bass clef. You can see G, B, D, F, A notes on the lines, good boys dress fast always, and A, C, E, G notes in the spaces, all cows eat grass. Okay, so once you remember this, you can draw this part by yourself. Now the leisure lines which are downwards, just go in the way, be like we count like the thing is G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So just like in a keyboard, the way we sequence it is the same. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Again it circles. So I've already discussed that we deal with mainly 7 notes. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So it's between them only. Okay, or among them, I would say. So this is basically it. I think what I had to say regarding the bass clef. So the short recap of the same bass clef. You can see this is the representation of the bass clef. It is placed upon the 4th line. It is called the F clef. Now you can understand why is it called the F clef, because on the 4th line you can see notes on the lines. On the 4th line, 1, 2, 3 and 4. On the 4th line it is F. So that's why it is called the F clef. And bass notes, we generally play this with the left hand on a general sense. This is the notes on the lines, notes in the spaces, and these are all the bass notes in the successive order. So that's all about it regarding the bass clef. So I've given you the introduction to the bass notes and the bass clef. So next lesson would be on time signatures, and I hope you also understand what are these note values. These are basically, I've discussed in the previous lessons, these are crotchets. Okay, so that's all about it. Enjoy your day, and I will see you in the next lesson. So this is John signing off. Learn, play and express. You will get the clear representation at the end of this lesson, so check that out. So that's it. Thank you so much.